Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima. I'm here checking out Castle Invasion Thrown Out. Little bit of an odd title, but they're trying to go for some sort of like little humor thing here. So we'll just have a quick look around, obviously, but there's not that much to see, honestly. You've got profiles here. This tells you how many stars you've got, how many levels you completed, and how much money you have. And you can change the music and the sound effect volume. Notably, there aren't that many sound effects, so it just kind of sounds a bit weird. It's very odd. But anyway, this is about an hour and a half in and I've cleared about 2/5 of the game, so if this isn't good enough for first impressions, I really don't know what is. So you can pick what level you want to play down here, and they're all got 3 stars, and the 3 stars are different kinds of goals that you need to do during the level. We got up the top here, and we can upgrade our stuff. There's a bunch of different stuff we can upgrade across our 3 weapons, and there's a couple of other things too, but, well, we'll get into that. So, I just got to pick something to upgrade here, because, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I should be upgrading at this point. Let's just upgrade, the arrow reload speed. That sounds good. Can't afford anything else at the moment, unfortunately, so we'll just move on, I guess. And we'll go straight into the level. Complete the level, use every weapon, and don't let any attacks land on the castle. The goals are different between every level, which is a nice change, considering what some of these are. There's some comedic writing going on down here. It's not the best writing in the world. I mean, it makes sense. It's just a bit, I'm not entirely sure what the word I'm looking for is. It's not terrible, but there's nothing in there that's really made me laugh, so, you know, that's a thing. They introduced new enemies a fair amount, actually, which is kind of neat. So the idea is you've got 3 different weapons here. You've got the regular bow, which does a fair amount of damage, but you have to press the X button for every shot you want to fire. There's the crossbow, which is rapid fire, does less damage. Observe. And there's the spear, which throws the slowest out of all of them, but I'm gonna get overrun real quick. Yep, that happens a lot. So I gotta try and focus on taking out those marching band sons of bitches first, I guess. You can use the left and right buttons, or L and R buttons I should say, not the left and right buttons, to see what's coming up ahead so you know where to focus your attacks. The annoying thing being, when enemies are put next to like a freaking knight, for example, and you can't exactly throw through them without taking out the knight first. That always sucks. So the idea is, obviously, keep them away from your castle for as long as humanly possible, preferably the length of the level, but sometimes that's just not going to happen. And you collect the coins just by shooting them like you would any other regular enemy. And as you can see, you earn stars at the end of the level. And you get to move on to the next one when you successfully finish the level. Pretty simple, really. Let's go get another upgrade. Arrow range. Why not? Might as well get it. Have to get it eventually. The entire game can be played by either touch or buttons. And the game seems relatively easy, even with the buttons. It's a little odd. Because the way things work is that you move and fire really quickly with the button controls. And it's just a little bit strange, honestly, because you spend most of your time moving up and down, and once you've gone like the maximum movement speed, which comes really cheap, that's not really a problem anymore. And it feels like you can move really fast and attack way faster than you would normally expect. I'm guessing that's because this game is probably designed for mobile phones and stuff like that, first and foremost. There's a potential for it not to be, but that's just generally what I'm thinking at the moment. The objective this time is collect as many points as possible to get some score, and score is enhanced by your combo multiplier, which you can see when you kill an enemy, which gives you you get multiplier every time you well, kill an enemy without your castle being hurt. I'm about to lose my multiplier, but that just happens. That's just how it works sometimes. I didn't mean to swap to that. Let's give that another shot, but this time we'll keep it there. Oh yeah, I gotta get rid of these guys first. So once this first wave of guys are down, I have to swap out. Makes sense to me. So as I was saying before, the game feels like it's missing a lot of sound effects. Like the sound of a spear hitting the knight's armor. You'd think that'd be in there. It's not. You don't really get any sound effects out of downing some enemies, except sometimes you hear a splat. Sometimes you can't hear it because there's the music's a bit loud, but you can hear it. But it's a weird sound effect because you're being struck by an arrow, not smacked across the face with a fist or something. It's just weird. Excuse me. It's just weird. And you don't have any sounds of like the arrow flying through the air. You don't have the sounds of footsteps. The sounds of everything against like the castle wall, for example, is weird as well. It's just a strange soundscape. I'm not entirely sure what the cause is. It's just odd to me. The game really doesn't have that much going for it, does it? I mean, there's nothing to see. You're seeing everything there is. The bows and stuff don't feel particularly fun to fire just because they're bows and you just press a single button and it just fires. Like, it doesn't do anything special. It doesn't have any real kick to it or anything like that. It's just a bit of a bore, honestly. Nothing really that special or impressive about it, and I'm not entirely sure what they were going for. Also, you could play the game like this, but that sounds like a terrible idea, although I imagine that's what the maximum range arrows start to do. You could take out enemies before you can even see them on the first screen, which would be pretty impressive, but at the same time, not all that impressive, mainly because, well, it's just not that good of a game. Like, everything works, don't get me wrong. I don't have anything particularly wrong with it. It's just not that engaging. I'm not that impressed. This game costs $5, and honestly, I don't think it's worth that. It feels like it's worth a lot less. I mean, it feels like it's worth 99 cents on a phone, maybe, to try and keep me distracted if my phone's the only thing I've got on me, which is kind of silly because I have like 2 Vitas, one of which I have specifically designated my personal Vita. So it's just like, why exactly would I have this with me on my Vita when there are so many other things you could get for $5 on a Vita that are way more interesting than this? Because the action isn't that interesting, the soundscape is just weird. I'm not entirely sure what the point is here. The performance isn't great either. I mean, a fair amount of the time it'll run fine, but pretty much all the rest of the time, which is like 50-60% of the time, it'll run like crap. Like, it'll just drop frames constantly, and the whole game will feel sluggish, and the game's controls don't feel particularly impressive to begin with, but when the game starts really slowing down, it'll just... It just gets worse and worse and worse as time goes on. It's not terrible, but it's not even bad enough to be memorable. That's a bit of a weird thing to say when you think about it, but it's just weird. Really weird. I mean, I feel like you could do so much more with this sort of concept. But the person who made this went for the bare minimum. It's strange. Really strange. Here come the ninja assassins. Easily taken care of. I like the idea of constantly swapping weapons. That's kind of neat. But then again, the levels are laid out in such a way where it doesn't really like encourage strategic diversity in the sense that you can figure out what you want to do with your weaponry, you know? So you can't figure out, oh, maybe this will be best for this. Maybe this will be best. No, maybe this. Because the crossbow, the bow, and the spear are the only weapons you get, and you only upgrade them. I went and checked the trophy list, and the trophy list is upgrade the spear, upgrade the crossbow, upgrade the bow, and have all the upgrades. Those are all the trophies outside of complete every level and complete every level with 3 stars. That's basically it, right? It's just not that impressive. It really isn't. You know, I can't even say that much else about it. I mean, there are boss fights, and I will show off what one of the boss fights looks like. And there's also another type of level which is kind of interesting that I will show off as well, just so I have, like, I actually have some content in this video. But it's just so piddlingly average. I've used that term multiple times recently. It's just so unremarkable in every sense of the word that I just can't help but wonder why exactly they didn't do like anything else to make this more diverse. And then I remember, touch controls. It's probably a phone port. I keep pressing L to swap weapons. I don't know what it is about pressing L that makes me want to swap weapons, but apparently that's a thing. I'm probably gonna get overrun at this point. Yeah, I'm done for. There's bombs coming at me from both directions. Let's go back and show you one of the more interesting level types that have shown up before, and then I'll show you the boss fight that I just did. So, let's go to level 15. Now, level 15, the 5th level in both areas has been relatively interesting. So the idea with these ones is that using the right stick or the touchscreen, you can control how fast the level moves. So you can see just all the little bastards are actually coming in like this. And every star in this level is complete the level in a specific time frame. I'm doing this terribly. I probably should have slowed it down. Yeah, I'll just let myself die and I'll try again. Only this time I'll try not to be stupid about it. So yeah, just speed it up to let everybody show up. So yeah, as you can see, you can slow it down to quite literally a crawl, to the point where you're not entirely sure enemies have died just because they haven't started the falling over animation yet. Interesting concept for a level, I gotta say. So yeah, now I can slow it down. But again, this means I take more time. This means I have to try and speed it up again in order to like move the level along. But yeah, you don't actually speed up when you speed the level up. So I can stop time pretty much and just make sure everybody's dead and then just start throwing spears. Yes, the game's frame rate is actually dropping as bad as it looks. No, actually, part of that's my kit. Great. All right. Not pleasant. Maybe if I hit start, it'll fix itself. No, it's not gonna fix itself, is it? This is gonna be fun, isn't it? All right. Be right back. All right. So you might notice I had to quit back out to the main menu. I'm still not entirely sure what's going on. I hope this works. But we're gonna give it a shot anyway. We're just gonna go play the boss level now. So yeah. The boss level is slightly different than the other levels, as you might expect. The main idea is that, at least for this one, you have to take off his armor first by throwing spears at it, and then you have to hit him enough in the particular areas to get him to go down. There is another boss, but it's just a boss that moves around really fast, so it doesn't really make for much of a challenge, really. So yeah, away we go. Hopefully this will work for longer than a few seconds this time. It's weird, I managed to play the game for like 15 something minutes and there wasn't a single reaction from the freaking kit until, well, I'm not entirely sure what set it off. See, I'm trying to hit these bloody guys here, but for some reason it just won't let me near them. And the frame rate's starting to drop again. Yeah, sorry, this game is just basically unrecordable. I tried all the different modes. I tried everything. And for some reason, this game is just like, no, I hate you, your face, your mother, everything about you. And it just dies. I'm not entirely sure what it is. The game, right now, is running at a pretty smooth 60. Yeah, see, it just came back up to normal again. Is it the gold? But yeah, as you can see, when you hit him enough, his parts start flashing red, and it's like, okay, can't hit those points anymore. Yeah, let's just stop this right here, because I'm not going to be able to get this boss fight to record in any way, shape, or form. So, that was a quick look at Castle Invasion Thrown Out. It's not really worth your time, honestly. It doesn't do anything particularly special. And it costs $5 when it feels like it should cost something like, I don't know, $1.99. And even then I probably wouldn't buy it, because you could probably get, for $5 on the PlayStation Store, you can get a lot better than this, I gotta say. So, this has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.